Welcome to the Family Book Club podcast with Elizabeth Samsetti.
Today I title my topic Parenting in the Rains. Is it okay for a married couple to stay together just for the sake of their children? Many a times we know that couples stay together and after a while, for obvious reasons known to them, they feel they are no more compatible, they cannot stay under the same roof anymore, and they get to the extent of separation, or even you can say divorce. You know also that we, as much as possible, try to see how we can remedy whatever challenges couples are having to prevent divorce or separation. But we cannot but overemphasize these relationships, separation and divorce. Divorce happens every now and then, like every other day, if not every day. And it's happening around us, our society, people close to us, our loved ones are being divorced. We hear about people that are close to us being separated, sad stories, and it doesn't go that well. For the fact that it does happen, we have to keep talking about it. Yes, is it okay that couples should decide just for the children's sake? Maybe the children are tender, they are still growing up, because we already know that it takes both parents to bring up children, and no matter how sour the relationship, how small, how little the relationship is sour, it affects the children because they watch both parents while growing up. All right. So when parents decide to stay married just for the children's sake, they are no more intimate. They don't have that love again amongst each other. They are no more compassionate, with each other. They don't find each other interesting anymore. They feel it's time for them to move forward, and they say, okay, if they decide to consider their children, that they decide to stay, they remain together for their children's sake. Is it healthy? Is it really healthy for them? Well, you will say it's different strokes for different folks. Divorce affects children in any, no matter the level of divorce or separation, it affects the children, because the only time that can be possible for them to remain under the same roof for the children's sake is if they can both pretend that they are still in love, if they can both pretend each time the children are around. But I really don't know for how long they'll be able to do such pretense for, because the children are watching. And peradventure, they do decide to stay together and there is violence and there's conflict every now and then. It is not healthy. Me, I will even counsel that at that point, if they have to be conflict, they cannot just stand each other. They cannot just stand each other's presence. And for that reason, they fight every day, every now and then. I would say it's better they go their separate ways, because that will not go well with the children. It will not be good enough for the health and the well-being of the children. All right. It's possible that they can go their separate ways if it gets to that point where there's no more remedy. They feel nothing can remedy their relationship anymore. But even when they still do that, when they parent from distance, from different homes, it will take them to be able to be fair to each other, even in that. I'm talking about the couple. They should be fair to each other even in their absence. When the children go visiting the father should not go talking down on their mother, that okay, this was why we separated, she's this, she's that, because you are still teaching them things that are wrong, negative things that will go down well with them, down memory lane, even as they grow. Likewise, when they go visiting the woman equally should not go telling them wrong, terrible things about their father. Whatever it was that may have made them separated, if they can go ahead and put that aside, and for the well-being and the mental health, stability of the children, for the children's sake, for the children's stability and for their mental health, balance, if they can afford to do that without talking down on their exes, on their spouse, or the people they were married to initially, that could help the children. But I really have to tell you that either way, it tells so much on the children. The divorce and separation at times even changes the destiny of a child. It makes them, at times, they feel like they don't want to focus anymore. They feel, if their parents cannot live together like every other parents, when they see their schoolmates, their friends, their pair, they see their parents together, they wonder why. It frustrates them, it brings them really down. All right. And another thing also is even the couple themselves. It will take a couple that is really very mature to say, okay, for the children's sake, let me sacrifice, let me make this sacrifice for my children's sake so that they can grow up, balanced, grow up really very well by stomaching, tolerating, persevering, whatever it is that the spouse, the partner is doing that is so wrong to them. So another aspect is you yourself, as a husband or a wife. Is it healthy for you? Can you take it? People take these things differently. People handle challenges and situations differently. Some people can they are very mature and they can just go ahead and stay a couple of years more. And come to think of it, even with just a couple of years, you could just your love can just be rekindled. You can just meet people that you respect that may just help you solve the issues, whatever it is, the challenges that you're having, and you come back and fall back in love. But otherwise, if some people may not just be able to take it, even them, it will just break them down. They can't pretend. Some people do not know how to pretend at all. But my question is it really worth it? Yes, it is worth it. It is worth it to stay in marriage for your children's sake, if you are matured enough to stay conflict free and violence free with your spouse. Yes. Then if you cannot do that, I advise that you go away, stay separated, or if you are officially getting a divorce is fine, but be your parent. Don't stay away from your children. Don't stay distant away from your children. No one of the parents should claim the children over the other or deprive the other from seeing, probably the husband depriving, maybe the children are with him depriving the wife from seeing them, or the children are with the wife depriving the husband from their father from seeing them. That shouldn't be so. The children should be free to visit either of the parents at any given point in time. And once again, I re-emphasize that they should not talk down on their spouse in the presence and in the front of their children, to be able to salvage the mental health of their children. Let's learn and be wise and think our children remain a priority. The moment we get married, yes, and we start to have children, we must do everything possible to ensure that our children grow up with a good and sound mental health. My name is Elizabeth Samsedi.
Welcome to the Family Book Club podcast with Elizabeth Samsedi.